Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Yesterday, we did a review for a bunch of mentalism material, right? Downloads, and I thought today, you know what? Let's just keep that going. Let's keep it going. Today we're gonna look at the Anywhere Act from Marc Paul and the 1914. What is the Anywhere Act? You could probably call this the Anywhere Anytime Act, really, because what Marc Paul and the 1914 have done is they've assembled a group of tricks that you could do anywhere at any time if you just ran into a stationery store or like a grocery store market and just purchased a bunch of index cards and markers. Probably a deck of cards too, right? Those are things you can always find in the stationery aisle. Get some index cards, some markers, a deck of cards, and you could have an entire act, an entire 50-minute act. You could do an hour's worth of magic anywhere at any time with just what you learn in this download. 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours of teaching from Marc Paul, D. Christopher, 24 different files. It's really a cool grouping of tricks. And let me just say, different tricks, right? Different tricks. I think sometimes it's very easy to fall into a rut with mentalism. And you start doing 3 or 4 of the same style tricks where somebody calls out a number and you're like, oh, here's the number. I predicted you'd say that number. What? Call it a type of dog. Look, I pictured the type of dog you'd pick. I call it a name. Oh, look, here's your friend's name, right? And really, it's just the same trick 3 different times. Being able to predict the future, right? Show a prediction like, oh, look, see, my prediction is right. We can fall into a rut of performing some of the same style tricks, right? What Marc Paul has done is he's created several tricks that actually look different. These all look like different tricks, and they're gonna feel like different tricks. And they're really beautiful tricks. I don't feel like they're just upgrades of classics, right? These look like really cool tricks. And again, index cards, felt pen markers, playing cards. So in your 3.5 hours, you're gonna get an intro and some tips on working with different types of index cards. Marc's gonna talk to you about what kind of cards to buy. Your first trick is a memory demonstration effect with a stack of cards that has the alphabet written on it. You're gonna memorize a stack of 13 cards after they've all been shuffled. Those 13 cards are flashed at you, and you're gonna read the spectator's mind and divine every single letter that they have in their hands. You're gonna leave them with a couple of letters. They're gonna make a word, and you're gonna divine the word. The next trick is 3045. It's a trick with 2 sets of cards, 0 through 9. Your spectators will create 3 3-digit numbers, add those together, and you will know the total. Next is the world's easiest chair test. You do it with 3 spectators. You will divine which chairs they choose on stage. Next is a 6-person mind reading effect where a stack of symbols are shuffled. 6 selected cards are given to 6 spectators. They memorize those cards. They're put back in the deck. You will go through the entire stack and you will find each person's card and give it to them. Next is a trick called time and place. 1 spectator will think of a random time and a random place associated with that, and you will divine it. Next is a trick called emotions. 4 spectators each select an emotion from a list, and you will divine the emotion attached to each spectator. Next is AAA platform phone mystery. A spectator will come up with the person's name and phone number, and you will reveal it. And then next is positional 4th dimensional telepathy, which uses the same method as the phone trick, but you can do this now with 3 people using any objects you wish. Then he's going to teach you a very clean bank night effect. He'll teach you an index card Q&A routine, and then spend about 30 minutes talking to you about the structure of an act with plenty of advice. All right, so how about the pocket space? This entire act will fit into a pencil case. Really. So you put it all into a pencil case. And let me just offer also, if you're at that store and you can also find flashcards, They either have numbers or letters on them, then I would pull those off the shelf as well. That would save you a lot of time. So he has a trick with all numbers and another one with all letters. And oftentimes you can find those too. Also, you can find numbers and letters cards in the game aisle, perhaps, of a store, or you can find them at a teacher supply store. Really, if you went to a teacher supply store, you could find everything you needed with flashcards, index cards, the felt tip markers, and then of course, like I said, you just need a deck of cards along with that. But yeah, angles-wise and inspectability-wise, there's nothing to find. There are no angles. You're doing all very simple sleights as far as difficulty level. I think the hardest thing he does is a double lift and a top change. Those are really the only two sleights through the whole trick. So it's very easy methodology for some pretty hard-hitting tricks. And as far as setup and reset, you know, I think you'd have to make the emotions cards. You'd have to handwrite those out. And if you didn't have the alphabet cards or you didn't have the number cards, you'd have to make your own. But I think if you had, you know, flashcards in advance setup, there's hardly any setup to any of this. So positives, it's a wonderful download. There's a lot of great files and a lot of great tricks. You'll get a presentation that Marc does in like the 1914 office / studio, and he's working with D if he ever needs a spectator, and D kind of like either helps him or assists him along the way. And you'll get not only an explanation video, but sometimes you'll even get a second or third explanation video with each trick that either tells you how to do it in a different way or gives you a different ending. So there's plenty of material here. And again, I really couldn't find any negatives to this. You know, a negative sometimes is, well, the project wasn't long enough, but at 3.5 hours, it's plenty long. Another negative would be, well, the props aren't good. Well, there's no props to this. You're gonna go out and make your own props. So that's awesome. Another negative might be, well, all the tricks kind of felt the same. But like I said, they all feel completely different. So it's a really cool download, especially if you're looking for doing something that feels like propless mentalism, right? You don't have to look at this as an act that is, you know, what happens if your props are lost on an airplane and you're like, well, I don't travel, I don't fly, I don't do stuff like that. Tricks with just, you know, these pieces of equipment would feel very much like propless mentalism. And several of the tricks really do come across that way. So really awesome. Don't take my word for it. Never take my word for it. There's plenty of other great magic review channels out there that you can watch and listen to. I would take their advice. Craig Petty, Master Magician, Craig Petty, great dad, great creator, had some really hard-hitting tricks come out this year. Definitely want to make sure you're subscribed to his channel. Go watch the video that he did. I think he even did 2 videos for this project, so go watch those both. Neek Tan, another great review channel. Make sure you're subbed over there as well. And then ST Magic Reviews. Sebastian Toka has got a really cool review channel over there. He's putting out a ton of videos just like me. He's also a creator, so make sure you subbed to him as well. Is it worth your money? It is $51, 51 bucks. And you really are getting 10 tricks, right? 10 tricks and then a big like kind of jam session at the end. So 10 tricks for 51 bucks, that's only $5 a trick. $5 a download, really. You want to look at it that way. $5 a trick. So that's a really good deal. You can't get that in the world of magic today. No way. So head on down to the1914.com. Big thanks to them and D. Christopher for allowing me to have this so I could do the review for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye. Hey, how would you like access to even more magic reviews? You can. You can get access to 2 extra bonus videos every single week. Did you know that? Hey, I make videos Monday through Friday for free, and I do that for you guys. I never ask for a dime. You guys don't need to pay me any money. Magic and YouTube is not how I make a living. But if you would like access to 2 extra videos, you can join this channel for the low, low price of $1.99 a month. That's right, you'll get 8 extra videos every single month. Now, what are these videos? Well, these videos are tricks that I purchase with my own money because I'm interested in them. These are the tricks that I see, that I want, that I think are gonna be cool, and so I take time out and review those for you in the membership section. 8 videos, 2 a week for only $1.99. All right, so how do you join? Well, down below, right next to where it says Magic Orthodoxy, there should be a button that says join. If you don't see that button, there's also a hyperlink in the description of this video. Once you click that, it'll take you to another YouTube page where you'll be able to put in all your information and join with your $1.99. Of course, you can join for month to month, or you can join for the entire year. It's up to you. And of course, you're free to cancel at any time. And again, you don't have to do this. This is not me asking for money. This is just another thing that I make available to you should you wish. Of course, you just coming here and supporting me on social media, any one of my other social media channels, by subscribing, by following, that is support enough. That is all the support I need from you guys. And believe me, when I see you guys reach out, when I see you guys comment, it means the world to me. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and thank you for believing in me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.